The West Philippine Sea. Why do China still claim it as theirs, when even the international name says otherwise? Are they perhaps dumb? On a power trip? Are they in need of resources? Or maybe they have rights that we don't know. China's claims date back as far as the 2nd century, establishing it in 1947 with the 11-line, now known as the 9-line, marking their alleged national territory. This U-shaped line includes seas from the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, and many other countries. The West Philippine Sea, being a strategic maritime region, has become a ground of conflict between China and the Philippines. For the past 20 years, China has reinforced their map with more concrete signs of its claim, even building on rocks and islets to expand military facilities and deploying their own maritime vessels. The strife between China and the Philippines has escalated due to China's recent water cannon blasts damaging one of our supply boats. They insisted that their aforementioned attacks were due to the Philippines breaking an agreement, later revealing that they struck an agreement with the ex-President Rodrigo Duterte, stating that the Philippines may only deliver water and food and not construction materials for repairs to the BRP Sierra Madre, a Philippine Navy transport ship intentionally grounded in Ayungin Shoal to assert the Philippines' maritime sovereignty. This news sparked a huge outrage in our country, since Filipinos saw this as an act of compromising our sovereign rights. But luckily, in a press conference last April 2024, former spokesperson Harry Roque denied the existence of such an agreement. Oh my gosh. Keeping the West Philippine Sea is so stressful. Let's just give it to China. Honestly, those are thoughts that frequently cross my mind. But as weak and decrepit the Philippines may seem compared to a giant country like China, our rights to the disputed territory is undeniable. Just like China, the Philippines also have historical evidence of owning the West Philippine Sea. Filipino historian Nasser Sharif published a monograph titled The Iranian and Philippines Historical Claims in the South China Sea, which contains an indigenous Philippine map named Carta Indigena Filipina, showing the West Philippine Sea, Spratly Islands, and Scarborough Shoal as part of the country. Another map with the same features is the Carta Hidrográfica y Corográfica de las Islas Filipinas, commonly known as the Velarde map, published in 1734 by cartographer Pedro Murillo Velarde. But unfortunately for China, the international law, particularly the United Nations Convention on the Law of Sea, or the UNCLOS, backs up our claim. This law affirms that a country's exclusive economic zone stretches within 200 nautical miles. Additionally, the Philippines' case against China in the South China Sea, judged by the Arbitral Tribunal, was ruled in favor of the Philippines, determining the major elements of China's claim as unlawful. Those mentioned legal and historical bases unequivocally affirm our rights over the disputed waters. With this, let me pose another question. Do we want to be remembered as people who succumbed in the face of adversity, or as people who stood tall against tyranny? What kind of nation do we aspire to be? Asserting our rights to our national territory is crucial for several critical reasons. First and foremost, Article 1 of the 1987 Constitution emphasizes that the Philippine archipelago is comprised of all the islands and waters over which it has sovereignty. This issue is a matter of national pride and identity. Upholding our territorial integrity demonstrates our commitment to protecting our nation's heritage and future. Secondly, the West Philippine Sea is rich in resources including fish stocks and potential underwater oil and gas reserves, which are vital for our economic development. Furthermore, standing up to China's aggressive claims is essential for maintaining regional stability and upholding international law. By resisting these claims, the Philippines not only defends its rights, but it also sets a precedent for other smaller nations facing similar situations. It is a fight for the principle that might does not make right, and that international rules and agreements must be respected by all, regardless of their size or power. So where do we stand? Personally, I stand firm in my resolve to defend our sovereignty not through the language of war, but through diplomacy, international cooperation, and the rule of law. By leveraging these, the Philippines can assert its position without escalating tensions into armed conflicts. We must reject the false dichotomy that suggests we must either submit or fight. Instead, we must assert our rights with dignity, unity, and the unwavering belief that justice will prevail. In conclusion, the Philippines has both historical and legal grounds to assert its claims over the West Philippine Sea. Despite the challenges posed by a more powerful neighbor, it is imperative that we remain steadfast in defending our sovereignty. Because West Philippine Sea is not merely a collection of rocks and waves. It is a symbol of our nationhood, of our resilience, and of our commitment to freedom and justice. By standing firm, we honor our past, protect our present, and secure our future. That would be all. Thank you.